Well, it's that time of year again. Postseason MSL action. And it's the ProFit Chiefs up against the number 4 seed, the Oakville Rock. That's right, you heard it right. It's the number 4 seed up against the number 2 seed, and number 1 will play number 3. It's the first time this has ever happened to the MSL, but it's the first time for a lot of things this MSL season.
That's for sure. A little bit of strange math with the playoff format, and just an all-out strange season with starting with a no commissioner and now an interim commissioner, and it's just a strange season with a lack of lineups and everything. So again, new season brings new feelings for everything. So hopefully for the Six Nations Chiefs, if you're a Six Nations Chiefs fan, that means another gear for them as well.
Well, we are set to go right here, Tuesday night edition. It's game 1 of the postseason. Peterborough's at home as well tonight to take on Brooklyn. So both game number 1s are underway, and Jeremy Thompson has won the opening face-off. Oakville, wearing their road whites, will run from right to left, and the Six Nations Chiefs will run from left to right. They have possession now. Turnover in the far corner, and the Oakville Rock push the floor. Brad Yulbaitis bounces it off the turf, and it's controlled by Billy Hostrauser. Referees tonight, by the way, are Brent Colombe and Blair Ferguson. Outside shot, catches the goalpost, goes into the seats below us. That one rang off the goalpost to the right of Dylan Ward, tonight's starting goaltender. Nick Rose gets the nod for the Oakville Rock. Ball starts with the lefties, now swung over to the near side. Outside shot denied by Dylan Ward as he pulls it back in and begins the 5-second count.
This is going to be a really important first 5 minutes for Dylan Ward. He's, to his own standards, he's probably struggled the last couple games and hasn't had his best games. So getting those first couple saves in the first 5 minutes are going to be huge for him tonight.
It's probably a pretty fair statement for the entire Chiefs organization. Heading down that stretch, you want to be pretty much ready to go for the postseason. But for the first time in probably a long time, the Chiefs went 0-2 to finish the regular season play.
They really did limp into the postseason. Awfully strange, but kind of similar to a couple of years ago when they somewhat limped in but had to play their way into the playoffs, getting into that 4th position. And then we all know what happened then when they got that final playoff spot, ran the table and won Major Series Lacrosse and then the Mann Cup.
Rob Hellier gets it up top, the shot from Westberg, one of their beautiful snipers. And now the Chiefs get caught on a minor interference call on the way up, and they turn the ball over. 1:53 in, shots 3-1 now in favor of the Oakville Rock. By the way, game 2 of this season, or this series, is Thursday night. Game 2 set for Thursday night. The rest of the schedule is not officially set in stone. But Tuesday night, they're on the road, the Chiefs, for game 2. Got to get through game 1 first, as Hellier now sends it to the far side to the lefties. That outside shot bounces off the turf, off the glass. And trying to pick that up, I believe, was Paul Dawson. And Thompson has it and just simply sidesteps around Berg and heads up turf. The bounce pass couldn't connect with Durston. Durston, the go-to guy this season, along with Craig Point, Ryan Benesh. And what a day Ryan Benesh had, if you're following the NLL.
That's for sure.
Tough for him, as he's traded by the Chiefs general manager and Buffalo general manager.
And, we were speaking, actually, before the game. We were on the phone with each other, saying how kind of strange it'll be, an interesting dynamic there. You'd think before a playoff game, Chugger Dietrich wouldn't trade one of his summer guys or one of his winter guys right before one of the biggest games of the season. But, hey, business is business. And again, these guys are all professionals, and Ryan Benesh probably looking for a fresh start as well. We'll see what happens here tonight.
Bad pass across the floor, gets picked off, and Oakville comes in, a good stop off of the shot from Ryan Wagner. Wagner also picked up by the Buffalo Bandits. There's a lot of off-season trades and acquisitions picked up by across all teams in the NLL so far. As here come the Chiefs trying to find our opening goal and break the goose egg. Ball to the far side, the bounce shot. That's going to go into the fans right below us as well. Actually bounced up behind us.
Put your helmet on there,
Here
Spencer.
at the ILA. Not a bad crowd on hand here for game one of this postseason, as the crowds, I'm sure, will only get better and better as we head deeper and deeper into the postseason. Rebels, of course, were knocked out by the Orangeville Northmen on Tuesday night, 7-6, that score. So now it's the Arrows and Chiefs as that twist shot doesn't work. Controlled on the far side by Lomas. Lomas up top for Connor Fields. That shot blocked. And Paul Dawson's just going to find the loose ball and settle down. Chiefs looking a little bit kind of out of sorts to start today's game. Their offense clicks normally a lot better in the first couple of sets, and right now, not one good scoring chance.
And again, you got to give a little bit of credit. Oh, wow. That was a heck of a shot by Point. That thing rang the post.
Real heavy shot.
That thing almost broke the ball. Wow.
So the shot went all the way back down to Dylan Ward, who came out. Jackson has it now. Sends it right back to Dawson on the far side. Now to Smith. Coming right around. Look at the big man right in the middle. Dawson gets sent to the turf. Durston sends it over there. Smith's just trying to pull the trigger. The shot doesn't work.
Again, I was just saying, you got to tip your hat to the Oakville Rock so far. They've really flatlined that defense out there, right on that attack, the attack line there, and they're giving the Chiefs absolutely nothing.
Well, they've owned that 24-foot dotted line. And right now, Oakville has the ball on the offensive side of the floor. Starts with Fields. Fields gets the seal from Eric Fennell, who's had an excellent first MSL season. That outside shot just twinkles and dwindles into the way to Dylan Ward, as that could have been too many men for the Oakville Rock. But the officials say play on. Gotta love postseason lacrosse, though. Tensions get a little bit higher, and all the mistakes and all the forced turnovers all of a sudden mean so much more.
Just a little bit heightened there.
Fennell right in the doorstep, couldn't pull the trigger, and the loose ball is going to be controlled by Six Nations, and they'll get a fresh 30. We've played 6 minutes of lacrosse. It's a 0-0 game here in game number one. Thompson dishes off. They come to the near side for the lefties. Chiefs go strong right here. Good seal, but the pick doesn't work on the off-ball side, as Oakville once again going to find the loose ball at midway. Picked up by James Barclay. Barclay played in one of the few players to play nearly all the games this year for the Oakville Rock. Controlled by Six Nations. It'll just settle down by Brendan Bomberry.
We have Dan Dawson out there for his second set of the game. It should be interesting to see how he feels with the knee injury that he had and coming back finally. And again, new contract for him in the last 24 hours as well with the Rochester Nighthawks.
That shot flipped up by Toronto Rock goaltender and Nick Rose. Can't see him going anywhere.
No.
As here come the Rock. Here's Wes Berg. Now to the far side. Good stop right into the Chief logo of the jersey of Ward. Ward outlet pass, connects. And here they come. Here comes Bomberry. Bomberry, good pass. Finds Jackson. He's sent down hard, though, after that pass as the Oakville Rock bench ignites after that big hit.
And again, that's great defense by the Oakville Rock. And playoff lacrosse, it's all about defense first. Both teams are really showing it right now.
A couple of APs in the lineup tonight for Oakville. Ryan Lanchbury's on the turf now, wearing number 6. The righty here on the near side. And Callum Jones wears number 12.
That's one thing we haven't seen tonight in the Chiefs lineup is an AP. I think that may be a first this season. Speaking of strange seasons, when we're talking about the 2017 season.
Yeah, well, with Dan Dawson coming back in the lineup, it's pretty much a full roster tonight for the Chiefs. Obviously, Johnny Powless and Cody Jameson both not in tonight as well.
And Billy D. Smith.
Yes. That outside shot almost beat the goaltender for the first goal of the game, but it caught the crossbar and stayed out. Oakville back with McRae, just simply passing it off to Brad Cree. Here's Cree. Connects up top. McRae sends it back to the far side. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Connor Fields has it. Fields now to the near side. That outside shot off the butt end of the wooden goaltender stick. Brett Hickey with a cannon gets a fresh 30 for the Rock.
That's a great save by Dylan Ward. He saw that all the way through, and you can see his head track that ball on that save.
Hickey has it now. Hickey uses the steal from Lanchbury. Now to Fields. Fields, the nifty outside threat. What a play. The Rock get a beautiful scoring chance through the middle of the floor, but they just can't find the net. Nations has the ball back, and they're spinning the other way. Here comes the Chiefs into the offensive side of the floor. We've played 10 minutes in this opening first period. No goals. Shots relatively low as well.
And if you're an Oakville Rock fan, this is the kind of period you want against a high-flying Chiefs team.
And speak of the devil, the outside shot makes it a 1-0 game, and Vaughn Harris opens the scoring at the 9:25 mark.
And if you're an Oakville Rock fan, you don't want to see Vaughn Harris shoot from the outside and score like that. What a shot. That was a rocket.
Third time the Chiefs hit the post. The fourth time beat Nick Rose. And you almost expected it. Nick Rose kind of flustered after that one. He hasn't really been able to see the ball well. Third and fourth time, like I mentioned, off the goalpost. The luck ran out this time. And the
third time's the charm, as they say.
Yeah, the Chiefs finally bounce one in the right way off the red post. That pass turned over. Jeremy Thompson fires off the hip and out of play. Simple play, but a very beneficial play for the Chiefs there by Thompson, just getting a shot on net and bouncing it out of play. Gets him off, and they get fresh offensive on the floor. So a fresh 30 now, as that was Brett Yulbaitis sending his man to the floor. Chiefs have that early 1-0 lead. Ball starts up top with Vaughn Harris. Vaughn Harris wears number 52, but has switched his jersey to 28 halfway through the season. Now to Durston. Back over to the far side. It's sealed by Harris, but the ball just goes down low. And a delayed penalty coming against Oakville. And the Chiefs are headed to the first power play tonight.
And just looking at the out-of-town scoreboard on Twitter, you have the Oakville Rock getting out to an early 1-0, or the Brooklyn Redmen getting out to the early 1-0 lead over the Peterborough Lakers.
So as Nick Rose goes to get water, it's actually a Profit Chief penalty. Dane Smith called in the high stick. So it was an off-ball high stick that got caught.
It's one we didn't even see. But just to finish that thought, Kyle Rubish scores the opening goal of that series to give the Redmen a 1-0 lead over the Lakers.
I still don't know how I feel about this 1 versus 3 and 2 versus 4. You know what? I understand.
I get cutting costs, but
right.
But playoffs are playoffs, and there's in my opinion, there's a reason why you play the regular season.
Yes.
And I see both sides to it, and I see some arguments about. But again, anything can happen, especially in this league where your top 4 teams, even your top 5 teams. Look at even Coburg upsetting Peterborough this year. Anything can happen on any game, and that's just a perfect example.
Well, it only took 28 seconds, but what a passing play by the Oakville Rock. That ball kept hot for the entire 28 seconds, and one quick shot evens the game at 1. It's a power play marker, and we're tied at 1.
That was a beautiful passing play. Tic-tac-toe as we're yammering about the playoff format, but wow. That was a beautiful passing play and beautifully finished off there.
So Thompson against Barclay. This will be the draw battle. We've noticed the Chiefs are going with Jeremy Thompson a lot more than electing to use Vaughn Harris. As Thompson, of course, more experience and the go-to guy at the dot. As he's won this one back for the Chiefs. Dan Dassa comes on as they go strong right once again. Now over to the near side for Jackson, one of the few lefties on the floor. That pass was intended to go down low to the corner for point, but it's into the stick of Nick Rose, and here come the Rock. On the near side, here's Ryan Lanchbury. Up top, Hellier. Sends it over to the lefties. Good seal by Connor Fields. LeBlanc just gives it off. Hellier came way up top, but he's going to go to the bench as they only have 2 seconds to shoot. That shot cut a corner and went behind the cage, and no shot recorded. So the Six Nations Chiefs outmuscle the Oakville Rock this time. And really, for the first time tonight, that defensive set impressed me.
Exactly. And I was just going to say, the Rock have really possessed the ball nicely so far, 13 minutes into this game. And the Chiefs finally getting a little bit nasty. It's what they need to do to be successful.
There's an outside shot. Nick Rose up for the task, though. Well up and out of his crease to make the stop. Dawson gets that ball off the pick and roll game. He's just trying to find a good seal. Nice flip pass down low to the crease, but it's going to squirt into the darker turf here at the ILA, which are the goal creases. And now Oakville has a 3-on-2. That pass through Hickey, but it's in now to Dylan Ward. And Ward just simply gives it up to Dan Coates. This is probably the first time, and we mentioned it, the full Six Nations Chief roster. And what do you know, it's game 1 of the postseason.
Right in time, and as the Chiefs brass like to say, they play for the postseason. And once they're here, it's an all-new ball game.
Jackson, the shot, he scores. Nice twister from the outside off the right hip, and it beats Rose 2-1 for the Chiefs.
That was a wicked shot. And again, from the outside, and Rose seems to be having a little bit of trouble finding shots like that on the outside. That might actually have had a screen on that one, too.
Well, it was just a nice quick release, and the release, that was a simple twist right at the right hip and knee area of Nick Rose, and he had no chance. Caught a piece of it, but couldn't keep it out. So the offense strikes again for the blue and white Chiefs. And now Oakville wins the draw, and they come back the other way. It's definitely not going to be as easy as some people may have thought coming into this, that it's going to be just a walkover. Six Nations is better than Oakville, the name. This is a series. This series can swing, and it's going to be all about momentum. Who's going to come ready to play night in and night out? And right now, it's still up for grabs, that's for sure.
You're 100% right on that. And playoff series, and that's why they play a 7-game series. It's just not one game. And I don't know. I don't know about anybody else, but I really think this one's going to be a deep, deep series, I think. It's going to go a long way, I think.
Well, the couple times these teams played each other, Six Nations did win all the meetings this year, but Oakville right there within 2 or 3 every single time. Well, this is the first time Nick Rose makes a start here at the ILA. Steve Fryer played both games for the Oakville Rock earlier in the campaign. 6 minutes to go here in period number 1. Postseason, if you're just joining us, game number 1 between the Oakville Rock and Six Nations Chiefs in this semifinal. Brooklyn is in Peterborough tonight. Last check, it was 1-0 Brooklyn.
Make that 2-0.
Whoa. Sold out Memorial Center. Hasn't yet to get the clap the hands going yet.
Yeah, make that 2-0 thanks to Matthew Hoshek's goal.
Starts on the near side. Here's Westberg. There's a guy, if he gets going, could be absolutely deadly. Almost as good as like what we saw last week with Peterborough.
Yeah.
When you see Curtis Dixon put up 6.
Oh,
and his 5th one was probably one of the nicest shots you could ever imagine.
Superman was definitely Superman last week, and I think the Chiefs are glad they're not seeing him this week, that's for sure. They really have to solve him.
Now to Benesh. Benesh gives it off to Kyle Jackson. Benesh and Point just trying to find some open lanes in the middle. Jackson hangs up high. 3 on the clock. Shot caught the right shoulder of Nick Rose, but the rebound goes right to the Rock. Look at this, back the other way. A 1-on-2. Kind of a shot right into the right kneecap. Easy stop. Here's Thompson. Thompson goes right down Main Street as the ball starts with Ryan Benesh. 2-man game here on the near side. Benesh the shot, caught the goal post, and Jeremy Thompson trying to win that battle against Alex Krepensek. Krepensek gets some help now from Desnew. I see a Mitch Desnew jersey right down in front of me for the Buffalo Bandits. That ball pops right up. Oakville Rock goaltender Nick Rose finds the Lucian outlet pass, connects with Brad Cree.
I think a lot of Buffalo Bandits fans have made the trip to the ILA today. Online, there's a lot of people asking about where can we buy tickets, and we're all Bandit fans. We love watching the Chiefs too, so nice to see them here.
And I'm sure the NLL echoes that when Six Nations Chiefs fans head up to, of course, Banditland, Rochester, Toronto games.
Absolutely.
Ball starts, Randy Stotts, send it to the far side, Dane Smith. Sings one across the top. Jackson, nice pass to the middle. Didn't want to pull the trigger, though. He had a good look. That pass over the head of Barclay, but there's no pressure. So Barclay's going to pick that up and slowly make his way to the center.
That was a nice look for Durston again. They're wanting to get him. He's had the hot stick all season long, and get him inside cooking.
Danny Coates keeping the man outside, up top now. Ball starts through Hickey. Hickey to Hellier. All the way to Eric Fennell. Fields. That left side, so deadly, but they're in the crease. With Connor Fields and Eric Fennell on the floor at the same time. Two wonderful players and two big outside shots. There's a shot. Never caught a piece of Nick Rose. It's blocked. Ball squirts into the middle. It's picked off. Oakville coming back 2-on-2. Here's Cree. Cree now to the middle of the outside shot. Good stop by Dylan Ward, who's finding his game nicely here in the first period. Oh, and it goes back in and they score. What an unfortunate break for the Chiefs. And it's 2-2. Wow, that's a goal that Dylan Ward's going to want back. Makes the beautiful stop. Ball pops right out, goes to pull it back in, and it beats him.
And again, that's one of those things that just happens some nights, and unfortunately in a playoff game. But again, 2:47 left in the first period. There's lots of time, and it's a tie. We've got ourselves a tie game. Got to expect that in a playoff game like that.
And I was going to say who are they going to give it to, but I'm pretty sure Brad Cree took the original shot. So Cree gets credit with 2:45 left to play in period number one. That's probably the easiest goal he'll ever score.
Hey, as I always say, Wayne Gretzky scored a couple off the backs of people's rear ends and off of skates as well. So when you're a scorer, sometimes you got to be lucky to be good, and good to be lucky.
Well, that's what the postseason's all about. It's a 2-2 game as the Chiefs and Rock entertain us here in game number one. Spencer Tangway alongside Daryl Smart as we bring you this great action between the Rock and Chiefs. It's crazy to think, though, that the MSL season flew by that fast.
Oh, tell me about it.
As Connor Field spins away from his man. There's a long outside shot. Dylan Ward, though, on the rebound. Again, right at Ward, and he makes the stop. And if you're Oakville, you have to come in with the right game plan. Shoot the ball. This was Dylan Ward's worst stretch. He lost against Brampton, lost against Peterborough. And to the goaltender, hey, anything can happen. And if he's down, you got to take advantage.
And again, play like that where it's kind of a hockey shove where he shoves it like with a hockey stick move almost.
Banesh trying to pull the trigger, but he can't. Loose ball picked up by him now as Ryan's just going to shovel that one in towards the cage.
Almost looked like a triple pump on that one.
His now teammate Dylan Ward in the wintertime actually posted on his Twitter today it was time for a Twitter update. As I looked after I heard about the announcement, still said a Buffalo Bandit. Then 3 minutes later I look, Ryan Banesh's Twitter picture is a Colorado Mammoth logo.
And it's got to be a strange day for everybody, especially...
Yeah, but his tweet said it the best, I think. It's an exciting time as any change in the National Lacrosse League as a player where you get to play more is an exciting time.
Oh, exactly. And you look at Dave Brock, I think it was, said something as well. One of his it was Dane Smith, sorry. One of his really good buddies. It's nice to play with him in the summer and winter, but some weird feelings there, I guess.
Well, a strong hit coming from Mitch Desnew. I see Desnew now sends Jackson to the turf, And he's hurt. Jackson real slow to get up.
On that note, as Dane Smith said, at least I'll see it tonight.
Yeah. So timeout called by the Oakville Rock with 17.9 seconds left to tick off the clock in period number 1. Game 2, by the way, Thursday night. Thursday night in Oakville. It's an 8 o'clock start.
Game 3, who knows?
It's going to be a long best of 7.
That's for sure.
Best of 7
Who
series,
knows?
folks.
Possibly Tuesday. Who knows? When we get the schedule for it, we will make sure we let everybody know on Six Nations Twitter page. You can follow at SN_Chiefs or on the Facebook page. The information will be on those two social medias, as well as the Instagram, Six Nations Chiefs, as well as the website, sixnationschiefs.blogspot.ca.
Got you covered.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. Well, here comes the Oakville Rock. Final push of this first period. It's been a good one. 2-2 the score. As Oakville will get the final shot. Ball starts on the lefty. 6 guys. Rose is on the bench. Up top, the outside shot. Good stop. Ball's still loose, though. And it's just going to go behind Dylan Warren. And that'll end our opening period of play. And it's going to end with nothing more than a bit of pushing and shoving. As Dawson simply just was all over Rob Hellier, but he gets off the ground now as we hear the shots on goal in the first period of play. So 17-10 in favor of the Oakville Rock, and that really doesn't surprise me.
No, not at all. And again, this is the kind of period the Oakville Rock would want to play. You're on the road, game 1. You really want to come out like this, be really defensive, and kind of take it to your hosts. And that's what the Rock did there. And credit to the Chiefs, it's a 2-2 tie.
Well, we'll step aside. It's 2-2. We haven't solved anything after 20 minutes of play. 40 minutes still to be played from the ILA in Game 1 of the semifinal between Oakville and Six Nations. Well, the Chiefs back on the floor for period number 2, as we'll see if any penalties come of this, as they were late to come back onto the playing surface here at the ILA. And that first period, 2-2, it really didn't solve much. However, we do know that it's anyone's series after that really lackluster of a first period for the Chiefs.
It was to an extent, but you also have to tip your cap off to the Oakville Rock. They really played it, like we were talking about in the first period. They played the perfect first period for a road team, especially in a playoff opener or playoff game in general. They flatlined on defense, and they gave the Chiefs nothing but outside shots. And on offense, they took their shot, and they took advantage twice.
Oakville gets a word of possession off the face-off. Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc up top. Now Hellier. Hellier being bothered by 2 Chiefs, and now it's turned over. The Chiefs have a 2-on-0. Here's Coates on the break. The shot goes wide off the back of the net.
If this was a game of shinny and there was no goalie in the net and you had to turn the nets around, that was a goal.
Perfect shot.
A perfect shot, but that one missed the net. It hit the back of the net there.
Well, he doesn't get too many breaks to go down the floor like that, as there's an outside shot by LeBlanc. Dawson picks that one off, and now they have numbers once again. Nice pass. Right in the doorstep. Sturros, he beat the goaltender, but he stepped inside the dark turf, which is known as the crease.
And again, that's 2 series in a row. You know what? The Six Nations Chiefs, we talked about it during the season, how they press the floor and they use that speed to their advantage, and it's something that it looks like they need to do against the Oakville Rock, who are very much willing to just kind of set the pace with a jog pace opposed to the sprint.
Well, here comes the Chiefs once again. This time it's Dawson. Dawson spins away, and they threw it all the way up top. Corbett. Now to Randy Stotts. He had a pretty quiet first opening period. Stotts now to the lefties on the far side. That outside shot going to go into the Fans, a beautiful catch right below us.
It was, and I thought those two kids with the lacrosse sticks were going to get that ball for sure. But I don't think they even saw it.
Natural hand-eye beats the material stick. Now Stefan LeBlanc.
That was a beautiful move by LeBlanc there.
Oh, that could be. Nope, didn't get. No call. I thought he played with his hand. Jeremy Thompson.
It was inside the glove, it looked like there.
He's that good, Thompson. Sneaky.
He is.
Actually, it's a funny story. I've played on teams where the teams have pockets in their shorts, and I've always wondered if that's what Six Nations does on the hidden ball tricks. As what a stop by Nick Rose sliding to his left to make that denial.
That was very Brandon Miller-esque on that one.
Yeah.
Brandon Miller over the last 3 weeks has made stops like that. A save like that is huge for the Oakville Rock.
Fresh 30 as Connor Fields picked up that loose ball way up top. Fields now to the bench side. This right side for the Oakville Rock. Really getting a lot of work as Fennell and Connor Fields are the two lefties they go to on the left. As that's not a bad duo. Here comes Oakville's Rock D onto the floor as the Chiefs send Ryan Benesh out the Odor. Here's Stotts. Stotts just trying to find some room. Now into the middle. One-handed twist, trying to pull the trigger. Paul pops all the way up top. It's a foot race for it. As Oakville is going to find that loose ball and set up on offense. That pass just to the near side doesn't work as it's over the head. And now the Chiefs pick it up and head back the other way.
And again, I think this is where the Chiefs have to catch the opposition here on their heels. Instead of jogging the ball up, they might have to press it just a little bit. Put a little bit of pressure on them.
Now to Dane Smith. Smith to the far side. Looking to pull the trigger. Now Benesh. Benesh, underhand shot, but that one is right in to the anticipated stick of Nick Rose.
Kyle Jackson's really had a gem of a game. I know the game's only 25 minutes old, but he's played well so far, Chiefs.
And Jackson's the player that went down for the Chiefs near the end of the opening period. I guess the 10-minute intermission did him well. Oakville has the ball up top. They go now to the crease. Good stop by Dylan Ward. And a better rebound control as he pushes the ball to Jeremy Thompson. Thompson now. Underhand shot off the shin. Could hear that one up here in the broadcast booth. Ouch. Now it's controlled by number 21 in Mitch Desnew. Here's Desnew. Trying to get off and let Fields come on with it. Here is Connor Fields and Eric Fennell. Fields now. Right around Dylan Ward, but he couldn't beat the goalpost. Here's that speed you were talking about as the Chiefs really push it now with Danny Coates. Get another look on the offensive side. Coates wisely, though, takes a couple slashes and pulls it up top to Dan Dawson.
And again, that's a great play by Dan Coates. And what you got to do, you got to make your opposition feel uncomfortable, and pressing the floor a little bit like that will just do that.
Dawson now to the far side. Good low to high shot is denied. Brad Cree gets out muscled as they still are tangled up in the back. And the referee of Brent Cologne steps in between them.
That was great defense by Sid Smith.
That outside shot, I think it's right in the arm pad. It is right in the arm pad between the glove and the jersey of Nick Rose. Goaltending battle here. Deuces are wild. We're tied at 2. Up top. Here comes the lefties now. It's the second unit, and Dan Lomas coming on. Outside shot. That's deflected. Picked up by the Chiefs, and they once again push the floor as David Brock joins the transition game. This has been a transitional period for the Chiefs. I mean, it is the second period, of course, where you can really push the floor on the off-bench side. But you mentioned it. David Brock joining. Danny Coates coming in on the rush. A couple of these D guys really stepping up to play out.
Especially when you have guys like Dave Brock that love to rush the floor like that, and Dan Coates as well.
Well, he scored a few goals earlier in the season that have kind of dropped our jaws. Beautiful shots. coming from the big physical man of David Brock. Nice stop by Dylan Ward, but it wouldn't have mattered as the crease is called.
It's something he did well in Buffalo as well this year.
Jeremy Thompson now. Now off the bench, beautiful pass, fakes the shot, they pull it out, and an injured Chief right on the crease as it looks to be a hamstring injury as he fakes the slash, and now look at this. I believe that's either, could be Craig Point. Craig Point giving a shot at Brad Cree. The Nines going at it. That reach around attempt doesn't work. And Nick Rose passes the ball out to Brad Cree.
And again, that's playoff lacrosse right there, folks. Letting it go a little bit. The officials letting these guys go at it.
Well, we'll keep an eye on number 9s, Brad Cree and Craig Point. Don't like each other right now. And the Oakville Rock have the opening goal of this second period. It's an outside shot. That makes it a 3-2 game.
I don't even think Dylan Ward saw that. I know I didn't from up here. That was a quick shot, and it went through about 2 or 3 people there.
Well,
right
the
through
traffic,
him.
and that's simply what it was. Good traffic in the lane. And it's simply a good hockey player. Get traffic in front of the lane, get traffic in front of the goaltender, and it's hard to see.
Absolutely. And you know, that all started with Nick Rose down at the other end with a beautiful stave on Randy Stotts there. He was diving in.
Well, big battle off that loose ball to face off, and it's controlled by the Rock. So Oakville now has their first lead. So Hickey gets the goal. Lomas and LeBlanc pick up the apples. Outside shot, Dylan Ward pushed it right into the corner, but unfortunately it went into the stick of Rob Hellier. Hellier now to LeBlanc. LeBlanc outside shot. Ooh, just went wide. And the Chiefs have possession. That pass couldn't connect with Dan Dawson, and that's a silly turnover. And it's going to be picked up by Oakville. And what a waste of a 30 as Mitch Desnew and company come back the other way.
Oakville Rock bench not happy about something over there. It looked like Six Nations was caught with a couple extra players on the floor.
Well, play goes on, and as there is no challenge flags and there is no, we'll rewind the game.
This is lacrosse old school way, and that's what makes Major Series Lacrosse and the Western Lacrosse Association in the summer so great.
That pass connects up top. Here's Brandon Slade. Slade. Good job to just use his patience and his lacrosse IQ to find Eric Fennell up top. Delayed penalty against the Chiefs. And Nick Rose. Good sprint to the bench as they have 6 on the floor now with the extra attacker. 3 seconds to shoot. They need a shot. They go to the righties on the far side, but it's denied right into the belly pad of Dylan Ward. Well, you want to talk about special teams and what Six Nations can do now. This is where a game can be decided. It's a 1-goal game. Yes, it's early, but you have to show that you're still in this game, even though they haven't been playing the best of period.
Absolutely, and again, you don't have to look any further than the last week. The Chiefs got into a little bit of penalty trouble, and the Lakers took advantage of it. It's as simple as that. Just simple discipline and keeping your guys on the floor. Six Nations Chiefs are just as good or better than any other team in the world, 5-on-5. And it's one of those things that they just have to stay 5 guys on the floor.
Chiefs need a big stop here. It's a 1-goal lead for the Oakville Rock. And they send their top 5 guys on the floor for this power play. LeBlanc and Fields on the left side with Hickey, Hellier, and Westberg. That's not a bad 5. Now to LeBlanc. Down low to the corner for Fields. No, excuse me, that's 91 and Dan Lomas. Lomas has it. They pull it back. Fresh 30 up top. That's got to be a Chiefs ball. Now down low to the near side for the lefties. Up top, Lomas. They go to Westberg. Westberg with that huge cannon from the out top plays the quarterback. LeBlanc down low to the crease. Up top. Now back low. Dylan Ward finding his position well, though, as he makes that beautiful kick save. Fresh 30. Westberg wants it up top. He gets it. Now to the lefties. Here it comes. Westberg, the outside shot. There's the cannon. but it's controlled by Stefan LeBlanc. LeBlanc down low to Lomas. They set right back up where they originally started. Down low to the crease, Hellier. He's going to look to wind and fire. Now he's going to the shot. Denied. And the Chiefs slowly have it. They got to get it over in 10. Outlet pass, Dawson to Dawson. He has it now as here's Paul Dawson. Flips it up. And Dane Smith and company go to work on the rag team for 45 seconds.
That was 3 huge saves by Dylan Ward. And again, he was tracking the ball well on that. He saw the ball all the way in and made 3 beautiful stops.
They tried to slip right in underneath. Good two-man game working here. This is the Chiefs specialty teams right here. They really do a fine job separating the floor. And you look at the middle, so much open room as they just are able to clean it up like this. Oh, what a goal! What a beauty by Kyle Jackson. That's a thing of beauty. And that is simple lacrosse.
That, my friends, is a highlight reel goal. Wow. And you know what? It had several of the people here at the ILA standing on their feet, clapping. Kyle Jackson taking all the abuse in the corner, killing a penalty beautifully, breaking loose past 2 players, and then diving in for the goal and beating Nick Rose. What a beautiful effort by Kyle Jackson for his second goal of the game.
Oh, Brent Cologne makes a arm direction going the other way, and the fans let him hear it, but he makes the correct call. Chiefs get it back. Chiefs are coming alive here. That's a beautiful shorthanded tally. Shorthanded, your goal is honestly just to kill it, of course, but if you can get a beautiful goal like that and a shorthanded goal, that's a big boost to the club. Here's Six Nations, outside shot. Good stop by Nick Rose. Now to Banesh. Banesh cuts right through the crease. Says a hello to Rosie, and now he goes back the other way. Slade dishes off. By the way, penalties over. 3-3 game. We're back even, and it's 5-on-5. Gotta love tight games like this. 3-on-3. 3-3 rather, on 5-on-5. Own a rebound. Oh, wow. What a play.
Wow.
Eric Fennell, that's an individual effort, gets his own rebound, and the Chiefs get caught sleeping. Leaves a wide open crease man, and they capitalize 4-3.
You know, Dylan Ward had absolutely no chance on that one, unless it caught something just out of desperation. That was a beautiful pass and a gorgeous finish by the Oakville Rock, and they're up 4-3 with 8:02 left in the second period.
So Hickey's left on the doorstep. Eric Fennell. What a play. And if you know Eric Fennell and you know his story, if you don't know his story, rather, you should really look up Eric Fennell and the road he took to get here. Of course, playing at St. Catharines, then went to Adrian College, and then Ohio State, where he lost to Maryland. And that's going to be a penalty. And Dawson, he's going to try and fight. An outside shot, but now they're going to go as Barclay and Dawson trying to get their helmets off, and here we go. Dawson has the big reach on Barclay. He's got a good couple inches, a good right. And Barclay swinging, though, trying to send the message for Oakville. Dawson not letting up. Look at the rights coming from Dawson. Just attacking as the jersey from Barclay comes off. James Barclay, quick jabs now. And they settle up once again. Barclay takes one quick jab to the face. Fans all on their feet here trying to get a good view of this one. And now, right on him. And the Chiefs get the decision. A good scrap. Dawson and Barclay go toe-to-toe. Decision for Dan Dawson.
Wow, what a fight.
And it was a fight that was brewing. It all started with the original slash against Dawson. Got him in the hand. And I thought maybe that was it. You know what? He was just taking the slash they'd play on. But he knew who got him, and that was it. Exactly. Right from there, he saw fuel in his eyes, and that was it. They were going toe-to-toe.
And again, Paul Dawson walks that fine line of, at that time he pretty much crossed it on that one. when things get heated up like that. Hey, he wanted that fight pretty bad. I'm pretty sure he wiped his nose on that Oakville Rock jersey when the two guys squared off and the jerseys came off. Wow, what a tussle.
So we'll see what the call is on the floor. There was the original call, and then we were all treated to some of lacrosse's finest fights you'll see. And that, of course, brings us to the argument, do they belong in the game? And I'm a big believer in yes, they do. You know what? Let them get it out.
And again, I agree with you, Spencer. There's a time and a place for things, and I know there's a lot of people that don't want to see that.
Well, I always say, you know what? He took a slash, and if you don't want to let him fight, why doesn't he have the right then to go ahead and two-hand him right in the hand?
No,
you know what?
100% agree with you.
If you're not going to let him fight, why injure him when you can just toe-to-toe? So just the original two go on the board. So power play for the Chiefs. By the way, Chiefs still down 4-3. Buckle up. We're halfway through this one, and we have a lot more lacrosse to play. 7 goals, a fight, and a good crowd on hand here. Outside shot denied. Oakville picks it up, and look at this. They got numbers back in the shorthanded. Brad Cree spins away from Bomberry, and a big hit. Fans starting to love it here. And that's why I love being right here in the action of the ILA. If you've never been here, we're not way up in the rafters. We're in with the fans.
We're right here. We smell the poutine. We hear the
the poutine.
and we hear the heckles. But what?
Oh, what a shot!
That's a huge shot and a huge goal by Ryan Benesh.
And look at this, more after whistle festivities. As this game, all of a sudden, the intensity level picked up a couple notches. Talk about MSL playoffs, and I love it. So does that guy.
You've got that. You got that right. This is playoff lacrosse right here. And again, we're talking about the fighting and how people don't want to see it and want to see it. It is part of the game. It is what it is, and a fight like that, two guys that go at it, instead of having the sticks up in the air, they go toe-to-toe. No harm done to anybody else on the floor but themselves.
Well, I guess the trade didn't faze him too much as Ryan Benesh still goes back to work. Here comes the Chief once again. Thompson, clean win on the back of his stick. Pops it to himself. And they come back with a vengeance. Here they come again. The seesaw of a game swings as it's back to a draw. 4-4 now. Look out in the middle. Big hit. As Dane Smith cuts off the pass intended for Dan McRae.
What a beautiful shot by Benesh. And we've been treated to it all season long. And at least the last 3 home games, he's scored a goal exactly like that every game.
Dane Smith right down Main Street, he scores. Randy Stotts, rather. What a play from Randy Stotts wearing those high black socks to make it a 5-4 lead, and that's 2 unanswered for the Chiefs.
And we talked about it all season long. Six Nations Chiefs like to score in bunches, and they're scoring in bunches right now. And if you're a Chiefs fan, that's what you want to see. A beautiful play by Stotts, who gets the ball, streaks down in the middle, and makes no mistakes, and puts it by Rose to give them the 1-goal lead with 6:14 left in the second period.
So much time left in this game, but the Chiefs once again come down. Here we go. Thompson the shot. Oh, that went off the, I believe, right leg of Mitch the Snoo. Big hit. And the Rock player sent to the turf, but they got numbers back the other way. As here comes the Snoo. The Snoo runs around teammate David Brock. Good kick save by Dylan Ward. And that is an outlet pass connected with Paul Dawson. Paul Dawson, the only Dawson left in today's game. His brother, Dan Dawson, has been ejected, of course, for that beautiful fight.
And again, we're talking about fighting, and sometimes a fight like that sparks a team. And you look at the Chiefs,
no doubt.
We're really kind of in a bit of a lull, and you get a fight like that, it kind of sparked the Chiefs, and look at them. They've got a little bit of a spring in their step now.
Here's Ubaikas. He's got 22 in the shot clock, so they're going to start this offensive set with now just under 20 seconds left to tick off the clock. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left in this second period. Game 1 of this MSL Chiefs Oakville Rock playoff series, and we're just getting started.
That's for sure. And as we're watching the action here, just looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, wow.
What a hit. Here we go again. Round 2. No, watch over the third man in on the far side, as I can't see who that was jumping in. I believe, if anyone, I wanted to say it was Wes Berg for Oakville. I couldn't catch the number. I think it's 14. As he stands up, the official in the way. That's McNamara for the Chiefs. And I can't see who that is for Oakville. I want to say Wes Berg.
Wow.
As 14, Wes Berg, yeah. So McNamara and Berg almost get tangled up, and that would have been a mismatch for Oakville.
It's a bit of an understatement, but things are getting heated in here, Spencer. We were talking just in the out-of-town scoreboard. You wouldn't believe who's up here. The Brooklyn Redmen up 7-2 on the Peterborough Lakers, and we're talking about trades today. Evan Kirk traded from the New England Black Bulls to the Saskatchewan Rush, and he got the start for the Lakers and got the yank after the 7th goal, and looks like Matt Bintz is in goal now for the Peterborough Lakers right now.
So after all that, 2 minutes handed out. I love it. Let's keep playing. Pick up her socks, 2 minutes, go to the box, and keep going. Oakville trying to find an answer. It's a 5-4 Chiefs lead. Outside shot, good stop by Dylan Ward as he kicks it out and finds his own rebound. Ward, what a pass down the floor, connects. Off the turf, Dan Coates, the lone Six Nations player, pulls it out, and they're going to go to work. Last time they were short, they got a beautiful goal from Kyle Jackson. And once again, they're going to set up 2 righties, 2 lefties. Here's Benesh. Benesh the shot. That's going to be blocked. Good block coming from Billy Hostrauser. Talk about commitment level, and I know obviously the fans of MSL understand what it takes to play at this level, but the dedication to put your own bare leg in front of a shot, especially from Ryan Benesh.
Exactly. Again, a lot of the players take so much, well, they obviously take pride in what they do, but they take pride in playing in the summer league.
Oh, what a stop.
Wow.
Eric Fennell receives a beautiful pass, and I don't even know if the play is blown in.
And that was an even better save by Dylan Ward. But, just to finish that thought, that these players really, it's all about heart in the summer leagues.
Right.
You're not getting that paycheck to feed your families, and this is love of the game. And these games mean the world to these guys, especially playing in their own communities.
Well, 3:35 left to play in this second period. And what a second period we had. We mentioned the first really didn't solve much. But this second period has shown us a lot. As the Chiefs and Oakville Rock clearly demonstrate that they're not here just for a cup of tea and to play lacrosse.
No.
And that's what you got to love about MSL and love about the playoffs is we're getting you set for Game 2 Thursday night. Game 1 yet to be decided. It's a 5-4 Chiefs lead as the penalty kill has 10 more seconds to kill off. Randy Stotts has the ball up top. He's the latest goal scorer for the Six Nations Chiefs. Oakville, once again, unsuccessful on the power play. They'll fall to 1 for 3 with the man advantage tonight.
That's 2 different styles of killing a penalty. Both really effective for the Chiefs tonight.
Oh, what a flip pass off the turf. Better stop. And that's a great goaltending stop by Nick Rose. Looks so simple, but one of the hardest to make. Get your elbow right across to make that stop. Stotts, twist shot. Ooh, that one almost beat Nick Rose. He didn't know where it was, but it kicked into the corner.
That was a heck of a shot by Randy Stotts.
Watch the off-ball slash here on the far side. That's McCray going after the lefties for the Chiefs. What a shot, he scores! Vaughn Harris, his second of the contest. And it is 6-4 for the hometown Chiefs. Well, Vaughn Harris's time to break is right now. He's doing a perfect job at it. He's having a fantastic game.
Absolutely. Just to take an even closer look at that goal, A lot of hard work down by Jordan Durston down inside. He was taking the abuse of two Rock defenders, and that allowed Von Harris to get open. They got him the ball, and a beautiful shot for his second of the night.
So Von Harris gets the goal. Randy Stotts gets the assist along with Ryan Banesh. Chiefs going to work. It's their first 2-goal lead of the contest. Minute 55 left to play in this second period. As Oakville has it. Look out in the deep corner of this Oakville offensive end. Intensity, as I mentioned, picking up, but it's getting, and there's an outside shot. It was getting physical, but that outside shot silences the crowd as Connor Fields now gets tangled up.
And if you're an Oakville Rock fan, that's what you want to do. You gotta stop the bleeding somehow, and you have to have a response, and that was a perfect response for the Rock on that play.
Well, the intensity level, I was trying to say, just picking up so well that the outside shot kind of fooled Dylan Ward. Is still 20 on the shot clock. They didn't need to shoot, but he saw an opportunity. A lot of traffic in front of him once again, and the Oakville Rock take advantage. And that's been Oakville's really strong point that I've seen in this game. Shoot in bunches. Shoot the ball.
Exactly. You're not going to score if you don't put the ball in the net.
Well, that's I think some of the things every team in lacrosse doesn't understand. There's another shot. Again, 20 on the shot clock, but causes traffic. And again, a great chance of the rebound. But Dylan Ward, strong and offensive-minded goaltender, finds the loose ball, and they're back the other way. Chiefs now would like an answer here. 25th anniversary of this season, and it's round one of the postseason. We got a lot of lacrosse to play, and we want to go as deep as we can. Oakville Rock, first round opponents. And oh boy, it's definitely not a David versus Goliath series, that's for sure. As this is a battle to the end as Dylan Ward, didn't know where that was.
Again, speaking of David,
30 seconds left in this second period. 20 on the game clock, on the shot clock, rather.
And speaking of no David and Goliath, over in Peterborough, the Lakers, after Matt Vince goes into the net, and then, of course, they score 3 straight goals, and now they're back into the game. Brooklyn leads 7-5 right now, late in the second period there.
Big hit, controlled by Oakville. 5 seconds on the game clock. They get it down the middle. Good stop. And that'll sound the horn, so that will end the second period. Look at this. A late chop from Oakville. And Paul Dawson comes right in. And I think that will be it. As
that was an enormous save by Dylan Ward.
Well, they're still having parting words. So after 2 periods of play, the shot's in favor of the Oakville Rock, and they're still not going off the floor. Chiefs having words for the Oakville Rock as they head off behind their own bench. Chief head off in the corner here of the ILA. So after all of that, the score, it is 6-5, a 1-goal advantage, even though they trail by 8 in the shots on goal count.
Wow, what a period. And just as we're talking about the series, finally they've posted the rest of the series here. We have got Game 2 on Thursday, August the 3rd. That's in Oakville. We're back here at the ILA on Tuesday, August the 8th for Game 3. Game 4 is Thursday, August the 10th in Oakville. Game 5, Saturday, August 12th. Here at the ILA, that's a 7 o'clock start. Game 6 will be in Oakville, of course, that's if necessary, Monday, August 14th. And then next night on Tuesday, August the 15th, we're back here at the ILA for Game 7 at 8 o'clock. That is if necessary.
Well, the Chiefs have their work cut out for them until we get all the way till 14 days from now, if we go that far. But right now, Game 1, it's 6-5 for the Chiefs. We'll step aside 20 minutes away from settling this opening game of this fantastic and rough lacrosse series between the Rock and the Chiefs. Second period is in the books. It's time for the third. 6-5 score after 2 periods here in Game 1 between the Oakville Rock and Six Nations Chiefs. Spencer Tangway alongside my partner Daryl Smart and the rest of our broadcast team here at the ILA tonight. And this series, we talked about how it's kind of an unorthodox 1 versus 3, 2 versus 4. But let's throw that all away and say it's Oakville versus Six Nations. And if you knew nothing about MSL, these two teams are evenly matched.
Well, it doesn't matter where they are in the standings. We talk about it all season long, especially these top 4 teams going right at it all season long. It didn't matter what place they were. Any team can beat any team at any given night. And this is a perfect example. Look at down the road in Peterborough. We're at 9-5 now.
And
in the
now,
second period in favor of the Brooklyn Redmen, who are the number 4 seed.
I'll pull
or number
that.
3 seed.
That's right.
The number 1 seed.
That's right.
Sorry.
I'll pull that away from MSL now and say, hold this against Junior A and Junior B and Junior C for a second. You just saw the Six Nations Rebels get defeated. They're one of those teams that have been known to win championships among championships because of how strong they are. But they just got defeated by a team in the Orangeville Northmen in 4 games.
Yep.
You look at the standings, Orangeville finished first. It's hard to say here, though, if standings mean anything, whereas in junior levels it means a heck of a lot more.
Well, even you don't have to look further than the Six Nations Warriors, the junior C team.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, look at them. They finished with the top seed, I believe, in all of the Ontario Junior C Lacrosse League. So they would have had home floor advantage the entire way to the Meredith Cup. But guess who's playing in the Meredith Cup? The third place or the fourth place, I can't remember which, but third place or fourth place in the West.
And Brantford, that's right. What a team they had.
Exactly, and they're having a tremendous run, and congratulations to that organization and coaching staff who's done a great job in their second season in the Ontario
huge accomplishment
Junior
there.
C Lacrosse,
Huge accomplishment.
Lacrosse League and getting to the Meredith Cup final.
Well, we're in a minute already into this third period. This period, it's how we started the first. Six Nations running left to right. Oakville runs right to left. Busy day in the National Lacrosse League and a busy day in the MSL. 2 games on tap as all 4 teams in action. Peterborough hosting Brooklyn. Brooklyn's on top in Game 1. And right here, it's a 6-5 lead. And now it's 6-6. I spoke too soon. Outside shot from Ryan Lanchbury. Makes it an all-even game at 6.
You know what? That was a heck of a shot. He used Leo Storis as a screen, bounced it right between the legs and in on Dylan Ward. That was a beautiful shot, and we got ourselves a tie game. 18:44 left in the third period.
Well, I've mentioned this before, I know, in some broadcasts. The deadliest goals happen early and in the ends of the periods. And just like that, Oakville comes out flying. A couple of shots already, and they found it with Lanchbury with a nice goal. But here's Thompson back the other way. Chiefs cut through the crease, but the better stop from the right arm of Rosie. Rosie, of course, playing at a big number of minutes for the Toronto Rock this year. Started every game up until Brandon Miller came back. And Miller came in for a few games, including a lot of postseason action, where they got defeated by the Georgia Swarm. And of course, Rosie will be back with the Rock this season. Unless another major trade comes tomorrow with goaltenders going all over. 3 goaltenders today being dealt. You don't see 1 goaltender being dealt too often, but 3 in one day.
Exactly.
As a goalie, I'm going to tip my hat off to the NLL for that one.
We're speaking about full Chiefs lineup. The Oakville Rock using some APs, and you know what? You got a junior AAP in Ryan Launchbury, who scores his goal tonight. He played in Burlington this year.
Of course, they got knocked out early by the Whitby Warriors, 3 straight. And what a game in Brampton last night. If you missed it, a 13-12 decision for the Mimico Mountaineers. Good stop by Dylan Ward. And I was talking to the official on the floor tonight, Brent Colombe, and the officials there said one of the loudest buildings that arena has ever been. A sold-out Brampton Memorial Center where the Minto Cup will be, and there's photos of it. It looks electric. Absolutely unbelievable.
I wish I had to see hopefully there will be a replay somewhere. That looked like an exciting game to watch, that's for sure. Following it on Twitter was pretty crazy.
One of the biggest rivalries in Ontario, Brampton-Mimico. As there's an outside shot. Good stop by Dylan Ward. As a new rivalry maybe in the makings here between these Oakville Rock and Six Nations Chiefs. As there's a big bump into the boards and the Oakville Rock regain possession.
Again, all these players very familiar with each other, especially in the East Division in the National Lacrosse League, or in the National Lacrosse League. They have a lot of the Toronto Rock players there facing off with a lot of guys that are either in Rochester or with the Buffalo Bandits.
Off the turf, Chiefs get possession. Ball to the near side. Here's Durston. Durston still looking for his first of the night. He had a fantastic season. Upwards of over 30 goals. Loose ball.
It really seems like he's getting the double team treatment tonight. That's not
him and Craig Point.
Exactly, and that set there, it wasn't the first time that saw two defenders on Jordan Durston. He couldn't get free up the middle like he likes to.
Well, now Hellier. Hellier has it up top. Two Chiefs on him. The ball east-west across to Connor Fields. Fields up top for Hickey. Now back to Hellier. Hellier trying to just duck down that inside shot. Blocked by the two guarding him. And one of them, and that's a late slash. And look at this. Storos comes right into his defense as Paul Dawson took a slash from Connor Fields right in the back. Actually, Hellier, rather.
Wow, that was a vicious slash by Hellier on Dawson. And again, you're trying to get under Dawson's skin. You know, he has a short fuse at times. And that's a perfect example of trying to just get under the skin, or getting on top of the skin, in this case, with the stick onto his leg.
So Storos goes to the box. Smart play, actually. I'll call it a smart play to jump and defend his teammate and Paul Dawson.
Absolutely, 100%.
And we'll see what the penalties are. I'd imagine 2s and 2s.
And looking on that out-of-town scoreboard, after 40 minutes out in Peterborough, the Brooklyn Redmen are leading Peterborough Lakers 10-6.
So slash and high sticks the call here as the physical game continues. Rose never caught a piece of it. The Chiefs take advantage on the near side. 13 on the shot clock. Wow. Short side scores. What an individual effort, and Jordan Durston, he gets on the scoreboard.
And Spencer, that's exactly why the Oakville Rock have been double teaming him all night long. And with on that, he had a one-on-one matchup, did a stutter step, and then charged to the middle, or charged right to the goal. And what a beautiful opportunity and a beautiful shot and a goal.
Well, it's a beautiful marker that gives the advantage to the Chiefs. And Durston, who's been quiet, we mentioned it, comes alive, and the depth of this Chiefs team now being highlighted more and more as we play 4-on-4 lacrosse. How about Jeremy Thompson now? Thompson, of course, and his brothers, big part of that duel in Dallas that just happened over the past couple of days, growing the box lacrosse sport in Dallas as they sponsored a tournament. Beautiful tournament out there, and I'm sure Jeremy's very proud of that and how that turned out as games were streamed online and players were able to basically showcase what they could do in Dallas. And I wouldn't be surprised if the National Lacrosse League looked at Dallas as a future home in the near future.
Especially with the money that's in Dallas or in Texas. It's a great place to start any pro franchise.
I guess we could say that's where stars are born.
That's actually
a little pun on that one. I must say I put a pun on that one.
I got that one.
That's good. At least someone did. As the cameraman to my right, Brody Spies, the son of NLL veteran official Grant Spies, put his thumbs down. 17 on the shot clock. Ball starts with Jackson. What a night he's had. Probably one of the best for the white and blue. The Chiefs white and blue, that is. Right into the stick of Rosie. He's going to side step out of the crease. Nice light bounce pass connects. Penalties are coming out in 10 seconds, and we'll be back to 5-on-5 lacrosse with 13:30 left to play in game number 1. Exciting series ahead of us as we've had an excellent opening game with lots more lacrosse still to come. Continues on Thursday night. Ball up top. Westberg. Good stop. Shot off in time, though. Dylan Ward. He's got his foot out of the crease. Just a nice pass. Connects Jeremy Thompson. 4-on-3 now. Thompson to the far side. A nice pass, but just in stepping in the crease was Durston.
Gotta love when Craig Point comes streaking in like that. The big guy gets that quick stick going.
Well, Durston and Point are the two guys that have really impressed me down low this season. And you know what? Yeah, they have the outside shots and the abilities. But you mentioned it. The smooth hands like that, to be able to catch that and even pull the trigger is unbelievable. Outside shot,
really
blocked.
trying to earn a spot in the National Lacrosse League next year.
Well, here comes the speedy Brendan Bomberry. Bomberry just holds up. Well, Steve Dietrich mentioned in his comments in the press release today with Alex Buke, the goaltender pickup for the Buffalo Bandits, he had such an unbelievable summer season. So they look at the summer season, and Craig Point probably having one of his best of his career.
Absolutely.
Up top for Jackson, 5 on the shot clock. Jackson, that pass was intended just to go to the crease, but that's going to be a shot clock violation against Six Nations. So Oakville is going to pick up the ball. 12:05 left to play, period number 3.
And of course, Craig's playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He has lots to prove, and he's proven a lot this year, that's for sure.
And I think that's going to help him as he knows he has really nothing to lose other than his own personal effort that he's put into this season.
Exactly.
He's put in
the
so
work,
much.
that's for sure.
That's right. You know, you see him even in warm-ups. Last got to go off with Von Harris, guys like that, taking the extra shots, trying to just basically tone up. And he's really been a star for this Six Nations Chief team this year.
That's really nice to see. It really is. He's a great guy, and you want to see good things happen to good people.
Loose ball picked up by the Oakville Rock, and he's got speed. Look at this, right on Dylan Ward. Better stop, and the fans let him hear it.
That's a huge save for Dylan Ward again.
Good speedy chance, though, by Brandon Slade as he was that close to making it a 7-7 draw. Now Durston starts it off with the right-handed shooters, and Randy Stotts gives it over to Dane Smith. Nice swim move. Up top, Stotts trying to pick that one off the turf. He's being really bothered here by McCrae. McCrae pushes it up. Oakville, the swinging stick. Ulbikis gets hit, knocked out of it. And it's a two-man battle. Chiefs find the loose ball. And they just run it with their speed up to center.
You know, if Jordan Durston's Wallaceburg Junior B players that he coaches saw that last series, they'd be saying, hey, that's the way to play lacrosse, playing two-way lacrosse like that, having to come back, make the check, and then converting it and getting the Chiefs in the offensive end.
Jackson, the shot got denied by Rosie, and the Chiefs get caught back on defense with a couple of O guys on the floor. Banesh now finally finds his way off. Hickey sends it to the lefties on the far side. Back up top, here's Hellier. Hellier was just penalized a few minutes ago with that tussle with Paul Dawson and Leo Storos. Chiefs have it. We're under the 10-minute mark of the third. Thompson has it. Flip pass connects. And the Chiefs set up on offense, trying to stretch this lead to a little bit more than one. It's a one-goal lead for the Chiefs. And that's been the story of the game. Seesaw battle back and forth. And no team's going away. Jackson spins away up top. What a shot.
Ooh.
I thought that went right through the jersey. I'm pretty sure it hit him.
I thought I saw a bulge in the twine almost on that one.
What a rip.
Wow.
And look at this. Durston and Point both taking shots. And Point sends his man to the turf. And the fans here at the ILA, letting him have it is Brad Cree. He's been the center of all this commotion a couple times tonight.
Exactly. And again, you know what? You hit the nail right on the head there with Jordan Durston and Craig Point just being warriors in the trenches there.
Well, disciplined lacrosse is going to win championships as the bench staff and the Chiefs never thought that hit Dylan Ward, but it did. So they get a fresh 30 off the left arm. Now to the near side. The shot, better shoulder save. That's a confident stop by Dylan Ward. Ball couldn't be picked up and controlled by the Chiefs. They have a fresh 30 once again. Oakville sets up. That's got to be picked up by the turf. Got to be picked up by the Chiefs there. 20 on the shot clock. They take it up top. Outside shot by Berg. Flutters its way into the goaltender, and he has it. Here's Durston now. Durston just finds his way back to the middle. This is where he takes a beating. Him and Point, both, just work that 24-foot circle up top. Outside shot by Point off the goal post and connects with Hellier. Look at this back the other way. Ryan Wagner, the Buffalo Bandit, pulls it out. And now, Connor Fields. Now to the crease. Shot. Crease wasn't called. And Jeremy Thompson picks up the loose ball. Thompson has owned this neutral zone and the kind of transition part of the game. Slow things down, set it up for the offense, and this is where Six Nations can really kill the clock. His patience and lacrosse IQ and smartness is so over the top. It's beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. And again, he knows when to press and he knows when to kind of hold back. And you need a guy like that quarterback.
Six minutes, 50 seconds left to go here in the third period. As the 50-50 number just announced, and not a bad jackpot, over $200 tonight here at the ILA. And actually, this is the first time I think I could say this. More people seem to have filed in for the third.
Oh, I know.
As behind the net of Dylan Ward, fans are sitting in front of the unrestricted zone. You don't see too many fans sitting way up there too often. A lot of people up there tonight.
It's a heck of a view, though.
It is a good view, yep. You really see the floor well. As here comes Oakville. What a stop! Stretching out. And that's where the height of Dylan Ward is such a key.
Dylan Ward's really picked it up. He's playing a fantastic game tonight. Outshot after two periods and with the Chiefs leading, and now he's...
Well, they're definitely being outshot in this period again.
Absolutely. He's leading the charge.
Nice stop by Rose. Loose ball is going to come right out to Oakville. They have numbers if they can hurry up the floor. Ilbaikas has it, though. Good stop. And, oh, that squeaks through. So Brett Ilbaikas draws this game up at 7, and the unlikely goal scorer has made it a 7-7 draw.
Unlikely goal scorer. A beautiful goal, though. End-to-end rush with Randy Stotts tied up with Nick Rose down at the other end, and Oakville comes down on with the odd numbers and takes full advantage of it. Looks like we're all tied up here with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third period.
Well, you know no team's going to settle back, as of course there is overtime in these games in the MSL, and teams still have timeouts to take. So buckle up for the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds here in the third, and maybe a little bit of extra time. So Fennell and Cree get the assist on Ilbaikas, his first goal of this MSL postseason. Thompson spins that one away into safety, and it's going to be picked up by McNamara. McNamara off the turf, and here we go, pushing and shoving on the way to the bench. Craig Point and Brad Cree, and Brad Cree's been the center of attention, but Point really has been able to keep his composure.
Exactly.
Hasn't really been caught up with anything.
No, the only thing really is after that last Oakville Rock goal, he gave one of the Oakville Rock players a little shove after the goal went in. But other than that, it's what you want to see in some of your veterans. And again, playoffs are different. You need guys to step up in different roles, and it looks like Craig Point is really taking a leadership role.
Hickey now tried to send that one to the far side. He really was at a bad angle to shoot the ball, so he tried to send that one over to the streaking Connor Fields, but he couldn't get that one in a stick. 4.5 left to play, period number 3, 20 on the shot clock. Ball starts up top, Dane Smith. He's been quiet tonight. Now to Randy Stotts, what a behind-the-back pass. The attempt just goes wide of the cage. I don't know if a shot was actually recorded, but the shot gets a reset.
I don't know, but you can tell it's playoff lacrosse, and every time someone takes a shot, the defending player always gets 2 shots in on that player that had the offensive opportunity.
That was a kind of a terrible pass by Jordan Durston, but a better stop as he's bailed out by the goaltender Ward. Kind of a sloppy pass, trying to just send that one across the top behind his back with a fresh 30. Here comes Six Nations, though, as they try to pour it on and regain that 1-goal advantage. We're late in the third, 3:40 left to play. Banesh, he's a late goal scorer. He'd really like to put a cap on this exciting day for him. Very emotional day.
That's for sure.
As he's picked up the Lucy once again. Banesh takes a beating from 2 of the Oakville Rock defenders. He cuts right down Main Street. Now to Jackson. What a game he's had. Now back over to the very talented Ryan Banesh. Banesh. Now over to the far side. Bomberry just trying to find something. Outside shot off the goal post.
What a
and
shot
into
by
the
Bomberry.
stands.
We're talking about Banesh today, and he's got 1 goal, but he's also got 4 assists tonight. What a game he's had.
Well, the Chiefs are going to regain possession. 3 minutes now left in the third, and how important are these possessions as the game inches closer to the final buzzer? Chiefs, once again, third straight offensive possession here. Trying to just get something on net. The behind-the-back attempt from Durston goes wide.
Little Johnny Palace action on that shot.
Now through the crease. Oh, what a stop by Rose as that snuck behind him, but he got his hand behind the leg.
Excellent opportunity by Dane Smith. He looked like he thought he had that goal. A beautiful stop by Nick Rose.
Well, the Rock, who often say you can't stop the Rock. Chiefs need a big answer here. Loose ball picked up by LeBlanc. 10 on the shot clock. Stephane LeBlanc leaves it for the lefties. Connor Fields, the outside shot. Left it for Dan Lomas. Connor Fields on the bench, rather, as that's Eric Fennell picking up the Lucy. Now back over. LeBlanc trying to go over top of Ward, but an injured player for the Chiefs down on the turf, and that's Dawson. Dawson slow to get up. Has some choice words for the official, but gets off the floor in a hurry as the Chiefs send out a 5th attacker. You may have heard that at home. That's just a piece of wood being slashed by a very upset Paul Dawson. Jackson to Banesh. Quick trigger shot. Caught the shoulder of Nick Rose. We'll see when our first timeout comes. 1.5 minutes left to play in the third. Connor Fields. They do the hidden ball trick. Ball's going to be up with the righties on the near side. Controlled by Wes Berg. Werg takes a slash right across. Beautiful stop.
Wow.
And it made it look so easy. Dylan Ward just simply makes his leg save look like nothing.
Dylan Ward's been silky smooth tonight, and that was just a perfect example of that. What a beautiful save.
Well, there's only been 14 goals scored total in this game, 7 apiece. As we approach 1:05 left to play in the third. Durston now. He's got a cannon if he can get a good shooting lane. Now to the far side. That's going to go well wide, and that is right off the glass. Durston, though, couldn't squeeze it, and they got to find the loose ball, but it's controlled by 12 and Callum Jones. Callum Jones, a very key possession pickup for the Oakville Rock. 40 seconds left in regulation. Hickey gets it back to Hellier. Hellier the shot. Loose ball controlled by the Oakville Rock. 30 on the clock. Timeout. Trying to be signaled by the bench. And they do not call it yet. As now they call timeout with 19.9 to go. And what do you know? 19 seconds on the shot clock.
Wow, we've been treated to quite the game tonight, Spencer. We got a great goaltenders duel. We got two teams really going at it here. They've both really dug down in the sand and not given the other anything.
Well, I think it's fair to say if the Chiefs are going to win this game, it's going to have to be in overtime, as Oakville here is going to draw up a final play that should probably take it right to the end of the game. 19 seconds on the game clock, 19 seconds on the shot clock, so the shot clock's nullified. And we are in for an exciting finish to this one. And who wouldn't love a little extra?
That's true.
Postseason lacrosse. They say 7 games, but why not make it 7 1/3? So they start with 6 players on. Nick Rose on the bench. Westberg has it up top. He's had a quiet night, really, for his ability to shoot the ball from the outside. He has Hickey and Hellier here on the right side. Lomas on the left-hand side. They send it to the Stefan LeBlanc, and that's going to be it. End of regulation time. Tied at 7 after 60 minutes. Well, I think it's fitting that overtime is among us here at the ILA. We talked about how this playoffs is a little bit different than last year, how this whole season has felt a little bit different than last year. Heck, it's the 25th anniversary of Chiefs lacrosse, and it's bonus overtime coverage here in Game 1. 7-7 score, with Oakville leading 51-42 in the shots on goal category. Ryan Benesh leads the way in points for the Six Nations Chiefs. He had a 1 goal, 4 assists heading into the overtime frame. And on the other side of the floor, there's been a couple of guys who have put the ball in the net. Rob Hellier had a big night. Brett Hickey had a big night as well. Connor Fields and Eric Fennell, along with Dan Lomas. A lot of these guys, big name guys. First shot in overtime is denied by Dylan Ward. And the Chiefs will come back. By the way, it's a full 10-minute overtime period, not sudden death. So no matter what, we'll play a full 10-minute. If it's tied, well, buckle up. We'll do it again.
Exactly. I'm looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, and guess what, folks? It's 11-10 Brooklyn with the Peterborough Lakers catching up with less than 3 minutes to go in that one in regulation. So we might have 2 overtime games and then your 2 semifinals in Major Series Lacrosse tonight. Game 1.
That's not a bad way to start.
Now, it's making the schedule makers look like geniuses right now. We talk about how strange things have been.
Well, here comes the Oakville Rock trying to find the first of this overtime. Outside shot right into the knee pad of Dylan Ward. Nice pass to Jeremy Thompson. Thompson settles it down. They flip off and get fresh legs on for the Chiefs. Roof's going to come right off this building if they can score one here quick. Jackson had an excellent first period. One of the more exciting goals, a crease dive with a short-handed tally. Outside shot. Bouncer goes high and wide. And reminding us that the Arrows are on the Ontario champions back in 2015.
And going for an Ontario title.
Yeah.
This week, they'll be taking on the Mimico Mountaineers. The best of 5.
I bet the winner of that,
Junior A Lacrosse League.
I'm going to put a big pun out there. The winner and the loser have a good chance of moving on to the Minto Cup.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good chance.
Pretty good chance.
I got my odds on those two. Kind of silly, this Ontario final. I know it's Ontario final and championship, but I never like to see that when it really means not much.
Well, at the same token, it does. You're wanting to, you have that pride on the line, and you want your name on that trophy. To be completely honest with you, and to be representing Ontario as the champions, you don't want to be there as the host and come through the back door.
Right. Devastating heartbreak for the Brampton Excelsiors last night as They'll have to be volunteers if they want to partake in festivities.
And again, hats off. And you know what, though? Hats off to the Ontario Lacrosse Association and the Ontario Junior A Lacrosse League for having that format, opposed to just having the Brampton Excelsiors be the host team and getting in the back door. And again, you got to earn it. You look at the Windsor Spitfires in the Memorial Cup, or the Elmira Sugar Kings in the Sutherland Cup in Junior B hockey, where a wild card team gets in, or when you're the host team and you haven't played in a month. This way, both teams have really earned their path to the national championship tournament.
Outside shot goes wide, picked up by the Chiefs here on the near side. 8 seconds to shoot. Trying to find a good look. There's a low roller.
It's almost like a change-up there. Tried to fool Nick Rose on that one.
Stroman on the mound tonight for the Jays. That's Jordan Durston on the mound for the Chiefs.
A Strata-esque pitch with a change-up.
It definitely wasn't a blistering shot.
No, that's for sure.
Balling out of the near side. Hickey underhand. Oh, right off the wooden stick. Popped into the air. Picked up by the Chiefs.
They're really trying to sneak that ball by Dylan Ward's legs. Almost every shot in this overtime period has been right between the wickets, and Dylan Ward's there.
Vaughn Harris. He's had a couple tonight as well. Now back to the near side. Jackson. Back over to Randy Stotts and Dane Smith. Dane Smith with that huge outside shot, denied.
He's looking for his first postseason goal of the year.
In case you missed it, overtime among us. 7-7 the score in this Game 1, Game 2 Thursday night in Oakville. Brooklyn in Peterborough tonight, and at 11-10 last time we looked with a few minutes to go. Outside shot, good stop by Dylan Ward.
And in that game, 44 seconds to play and a Lakers timeout.
Wow.
But the fans at the PMC are going wild right now in Peterborough.
Under 5 to play here in overtime. Must be a slow game there, as we're almost completed our first overtime period. They're not even done regulation. Both 8 o'clock starts.
To be completely honest, that third period, I thought it was the second period, just the way it's gone on. A great flow to this game so far.
While we roll on here, Connor Fields with the yellow stick and that yellow head for the Oakville Rock starts us off. The lefty, the very talented field player as well. Ball popped into the safety netting. Chiefs get it on that protocol call. As players, of course, getting banged up, and tonight we saw a nice little fight. As Nick Rose doing the two-step ballet routine keeps that one out.
That's one of the Dawson brothers. You see with one
I'm
of
pretty
the
sure that's Dan.
Yeah, it looked like Dan, to be honest with you. With
nice pack on his head.
With a nice pack on his head, and talking to one of the trainers.
Has a good hit from brother Paul Dawson. Huge hit. As here's Jeremy Thompson. And this is what I like about Thompson's game right here. So subtle with the ball. Just simply finds his way into the middle, sets things up for the Chiefs, and they really, just when he's on the floor and he's got possession, they settle into the nice rhythm, a nice groove. And now they try to take it right down the middle. And for how fast this period's gone, Nick Rose and really Dylan Ward really haven't been tested all that much.
No, none at all.
Very conservative approaches by both these clubs here in the first overtime.
And just looking over there, he's looks like Dan Dawson's talking to trainer Stephen Lobsinger. And he does appear to have an ice pack over his left eye there.
Outside pass, connects. Look at this, Sid Smith to the crease. Oh, I thought he was going to wind and fire. That pass picked up by Oakville. Way back to their own end, and that's going to be controlled by the Rock with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in our fourth period. Now to the near side for Hellier. Hellier being bothered. Good slash and a chop. Outside shot. Oh, just went wide. Controlled. Off the turf by the Chiefs. David Brock, he gets sent down. Thought he had control, but Dylan Ward just going to come out and settle it down in his own crease. And now the flip pass connects with the Chiefs. 120 seconds left to tick off the clock in this entertaining opening overtime period. No goals, a couple of shots aside, and that's about it.
10 minutes already has gone by.
There's been barely any whistles.
Wow. Lacrosse at its finest, folks.
Now to the crease. Outside shot. Oh, thought he was going to pull the trigger. He only had a second left. The Chiefs probably didn't realize he didn't have that much time to shoot. His Craig Point wasted a good scoring chance there with a kind of a feathery, as you hear John Navarro's on the bench. What was that? That was pretty funny. As a minute 30 now left to play. Oakville has the ball here with Lomas. Now through Hickey. Hickey to Fields. Fields underhand shot. Good stop on the crease. Has a better denial by Dylan Ward, but the crease helped him out as well.
And this just in, the Brooklyn Redmen defeat the Peterborough Lakers, and they hang on for an 11-10 win.
Trip home.
To take a 1-0 lead in their best-of-7 Major Series Lacrosse semifinal series.
Good twist shot. Better read by Nick Rose as he simply just stepped to his right to make that stop. Under 60 seconds now in overtime.
Just the way announcer Rod Mahood said that.
Yeah.
Overtime number one, it sounds like he thinks he's going to be here for a long time tonight.
While the Chiefs, Dawson has it. Look at this. They got numbers. First time tonight in the overtime, the Chiefs have really had a good scoring chance. The shot's denied, though, and it's picked up by Ulbaikas, who was the hero that tied it up at 7. Ulbaikas has it as he slows it down, and the adrenaline must have been right with him there as he was going all the way back up the floor again. 20 seconds on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. Through Hellier. Now over to the far side. By the way, Oakville used their timeout, so they don't have another one. Chiefs still do have their timeout. Outside shot. Look at where Dylan Ward was. Well outside. Now they get another chance. Oh, helmet of Dylan Ward. And he makes
right
a stop.
Off the melon.
Oh, I don't know if the Chiefs realized how little time was on the clock, but they called timeout with 0.9 of a second left.
But what a shot and what a stop by Dylan Ward, even though I don't think he knew that one was coming where it came. That right off the squash, right off the cage. It's probably got a good dent in the cage on that one.
Well, they reset the clock to 1.9, but even still, this would be a miracle.
Shot.
One big stretch pass, and it's got to be a cannon. I believe Jackson's going to be a shooter, and they have Dane Smith as the other shooters. This is gonna have to happen quick. Don't blink. As, of course, Dylan Ward out of the net. Here it is. They throw to Jack. That's wide. Pass well wide, and that'll be it. Period number 1 in the books. We'll head to overtime number 2. 7-7 after 4 periods of play.
And we're ready to go for period number 5 here at the ILA. The Oakville Rock and the Six Nations Pro Fit Chiefs are tied at 7. As we go to sudden death overtime for 10 more minutes, Spencer. 10 more minutes.
Well, I mean, if it's anything what we expected in the last overtime, a very conservative approach, but I think this is where the gas has to start coming on. And judging by history and all the Ontario lacrosse games that I've seen and called, shots are going to come in bunches now. No team is holding back because any mistake made here can be costly. You have to try and take advantage.
Oh, and again, it's a little bit different approach when you're playing the full 10 minutes opposed to a sudden victory.
Well, it's overtime number 2, period 5. For those keeping track on your pencils and scorecards at home, 7-7 game. Low scoring. Shots, by the way, 60-46. 106 shots and only 14 goals. Not a bad save percentage. That's in the 900s for those keeping it home.
And right now, Dylan Ward is by far star number 1 or star number 2 in this game.
Good shot there. Better stop and a better read by Dylan Ward to hang on, as that's his 61st attack of the night.
Facing that much rubber, and we're all tied up here.
Well, the Chiefs would love to give him a victory as the fans are behind them 100% here at the ILA. They're really behind the Brooklyn Redmen, too, as they announced that final score, and they didn't hold back their applaud to hear the Brooklyn Redmen are victorious tonight. Outside shot. They got to get this over, as this is going to sound the shot clock. Smart play as as Oakville takes over in their own end.
And a very rare thing, the Six Nations Chiefs outshot in every single period so far tonight.
Kudos to Oakville, and I mean, that's simply, I mentioned it, yeah. They may not have been faster, they may not have had the ball longer, but boy, do they shoot the ball. And that's where Dylan Ward comes in. Here's Hellier up top all alone, down to the crease. What a stop by Ward! Holds his ground.
We are being treated to some world-class goaltending right now by Dylan Ward and Nick Rose. What a beautiful stop.
7:50 left in period number 5. Now to the far side, they go through Von Harris. He's got 2 tonight. Harris is going to set it up, top pick. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Durston, wouldn't it be nice right here? Durston to the crease. Oh, gets denied by the crease call from Brent Coulombe. Back the other way. High intensity to lacrosse. Both goaltenders putting on a show. Now it starts with a guy who's got 1 tonight, an affiliate player from the Burlington Chiefs in Lanchbury. Up top, Lomas wants it, but they go to Hellier. Hellier trying to find an open shot. There it is. Blocked, and it's right into the stick of the Six Nations Chiefs. Look at this. Quick numbers the other way. The shot, off the right arm and glove of Nick Rose.
Again, world-class goaltending. This time it's Nick Rose's turn to shine. A beautiful rush by Brody Merrill, and Nick Rose equal to the task on it.
Now down to the right-hand shots. And the very offensive threat, Breck Hickey, into the middle. That shot's going to go wide. It's a foot race for it. Bomberry's got speed. Nick Rose is going to have to settle in his net. And he's pushed himself too far into the corner, a fresh 30. And he'll wait for the attackers to come on from the bench.
Real smart play by Nick Rose there. He had thoughts. You could see him. He had thoughts of going after that ball and settled on staying there and waiting for it.
Jackson the shot. Better stop. Loose ball. Picked up by the Chiefs, and what a play by Durston on his offside to find the loose and pick it all the way back up top. Now to Randy Stotts. Stotts to the crease. The shot, what a stop by Rose!
Wow.
Oh my, goaltending extravaganza tonight. Now back the other way. Oakville has numbers. Trying to find himself into the middle. The defensive and 7th goal scorer in Ubaikas. Gonna stay on the floor. He's causing havoc in the middle. Now to the near side. Stopped by Dylan Ward. 5:50 to play. 2 guys tangled up here in the back. That's number 21, Mike McNamara. Slow to get up for the Chiefs. But now the Chiefs' errant pass could cause themselves a turnover. See where the ball ends up. Trying to pick it up for the Oakville Rock. That's number 8 in Slade. Picked up now by McRae. McRae in trouble, pulls it back out to center, and the Chiefs need to get some D on the floor.
We are being treated to world-class goaltending at its finest right now. What a night.
7-7 game, 5:10 to play here in the 5th. Outside shot, what an excellent hand-eye stick. Yes, it's Oakville ball, but that's a smart play to throw your stick out there in desperation. Fresh 30 for the Oakville Rock. 5 minutes exactly now left to play in the 5th. Here's Fields. Fields spinning away. Lomas sends his man to the turf. All the way up top for Hellier. Hellier now to Hickey, the shot. Denied. All the way back up top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Eric Fennell. Whoa, field goal. Sends that one to section 309. And the Chiefs get the ball. You know, it's the first time I've seen Eric Fennell really come on the floor in overtime and set up an offensive possession. Not his best, finest moment there. Now to Stotts. Stotts on the crease. Tried to pull it back short side, but he rang the goal post. Picked up by the Chiefs. Fresh 30 up top. Fans letting him have it. A great ovation. 4:18 left to play in the 5th period. Durston sent it to the far side. Outside shot. Caught a piece of Nick Rose. Fresh 30 once again. Chiefs find themselves with possession. A big collision on the near side. And it's still not controlled, but now they do have it. And the hands go up by the head coach to settle down as the ball is controlled by the Oakville Rock and Brad Cree. My God, periods fly by here when you're on the edge of your seat. 3:49 left to play in the fifth.
I don't know what to say half the time. I'm just taking this in as a lacrosse fan.
Denied.
This is fun to watch.
Ward flips it up to McNamara, now to Bomberry. Bomberry, he's going to just simply walk his way up and settle the pace down a little bit as he's got more help coming from Jackson, now to Benesh. Now to the far side, good move. Benesh, the shot, oh, right into the stick. Nick Rose never lifted an inch. Outlet pass connects. Chiefs already have two guys in the deep backfield. Nice pass, Hellier the shot. Shot went wide. Hickey's right there to settle things down. 30 on the shot clock. Hickey down low to Hellier. Two-man game starts to operate here on the near side. 3 minutes exactly left to play in the fifth. Outside shot, loose ball squirts out, but it stays out of the net. Whoa, hard stopper there for fear of the Chiefs fans.
Wow.
By the way, did we mention it's sudden death overtime?
Sudden death overtime. Wow.
20 on the shot clock. Teams are going toe-to-toe. Durston, tried to pull it short side, but he pulled himself too close to the tidal wave and stepped inside the crease.
And again, that's only a handful of times he's been able to break free like that. And again, beautiful scoring chance. In that other set, Ryan Benesh, beautiful save by Nick Rose, but Ryan Benesh scoring a goal like that earlier in the game. The bounce shot.
Fields on the far side, trying to muscle his way into the middle. Good individual effort, though, as he's drawn two Chiefs now. That shot's too high. It's going to be picked up by Dawson. Here comes Dawson with some speed. Numbers, if they hurry, they have a 4-on-3. Dawson, flip pass for Benesh. Benesh likes to shoot from there, but he's sent to the turf. Hands stay down, of course, as this is overtime. Men's got to play lacrosse. 17 on the shot clock. Merrill over to the right-handed shot of Randy Stotts. Flip pass. Connects with Dane Smith. Look out. Fires it right into the goal stick. Oh, behind Nick Rose, but I can't beat him.
Wow. At both ends, the ball just creeps close to the goal line, but nothing. You know what? That would be a terrible injustice if a squeaker went in the way these two goalies are playing.
Well, 90 seconds until we get another break, unless there's going to be a hero. Chiefs have it now with Jeremy Thompson. He's got speed up on the bench side. Thompson pushed by the crowd to go. Now to the crease. On top of Nick Rose, and he gets sent to the turf. Oakville, avoids a flying elbow. And now Oakville's got numbers back the other way, but the pass couldn't be connected by Ryan Wagner. Now the Chiefs settle down on defense. Here's Hellier. Hellier, high lob pass to the lefties on the far side. Under a minute to go here in overtime number 2. Back to Hellier. Hellier comes around the shot. Outside shot denied. Hellier, though, right there as that ball was on a string. Right back to the stick of the nifty Rob Hellier. 23 on the shot clock. Hellier once again gets his own rebound. Make that back-to-back attempts. Up top for Fields. Connor Fields being pushed off the ball carrier. 20 on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock. Up top. Floor starts to open up a little bit as the offensive unit for Oakville is starting to get a little bit tired. Outside shot. Dylan Ward saw that all the way.
Wow.
And you're right, they do get another timeout as they call timeout with 18 seconds left on the clock. A better selection for a timeout than 1.9 last period.
That's for sure. I am absolutely speechless watching this. This is one of the best games I've watched in a long time.
Woo.
These two teams are going at it. They're leaving it all on the floor. And you have two goalies, like we've said over and over tonight, that have been just walls back there for their respective teams. And you don't want to see the dribbler go in. And both Dylan Ward and Nick Rose had a little bit of lady luck there.
Well, this will be Nick Rose's biggest test of the night. Ward on the bench. 6 attackers on as I look across. Dane Smith, Durston, Benesh, Point. And I believe they're going to send out another righty.
And you're looking at Cody Jamieson helping draw the play up. Please tell me he doesn't want to get out there, throw a jersey on and get a stick and be out here for the last 18.6 seconds of overtime number 2.
The ball starts deep in their own end. Shot clock turned off. 15 left to play. Here's the scoring chance of the game for the Chiefs. Ball's going to start with Durston up top. Durston looking to the righties. Now he's going to go. 5 on the clock. They got to shoot. Here it is. Twister doesn't work. Denied. Rebound, though. Can he pull the trigger? No. 20 minutes of overtime have solved nothing. How about another 5-minute break? Grab a drink. We are set for the 6th period of this game. Well, grab a drink. Has anybody thought that this game would go to 6 periods? Hope you're still awake. It's a 7-7 contest. Wherever you're watching, West Coast. Right now, here on the East, it's 10:27. Really not even that late. Game was an 8 o'clock start. Peterborough just finished 10 minutes ago, 3 periods of lacrosse. We're heading into number 6.
Thank goodness the first 2 periods flew by.
Oh, my. Well, MSL playoffs are among us, folks. Welcome. By the way, there's still game 2, 4, 3, 4, and all the way to
3,
7.
4, 5, 6, 7 possibly?
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. This is only game 1, right? Just checking. It feels like they've been playing for a long time. Hellier now. Short side. Ooh, thought he beat Ward early.
Sure, it doesn't count as 2 games now?
Well, he's had 70-something shots now. And, yeah, he's getting upwards of 2 games worth of shots. This is unbelievable. Goaltender comes out. Look how risky this is. They want to go home. Outside shot denied. Ward's going to hang on. Rose running all the way back to the net. And he's back there in time.
It's a huge test of athleticism to see a guy like Nick Rose with all that gear on hustle down to get the extra attacker on. 6 overtimes a period.
Well, here comes the Chiefs.
6 periods, sorry.
Trying to find an answer. Outside shot. Oh, that went high and wide. Look out. Ward's going to come all the way out of his cage, though. He's got 5 in the shot clock. Saddle it down. Throw it right into the stick of the Oakville Rock player. And they will settle it down. Chiefs trying to open up this victorious game here with a W. You've been treated to one of MSL's finest right here. Probably one of the best in a long time.
Instant classic, that's for sure.
Off the goalpost. Keeping Ward on his toes. Numbers for the Chiefs now, 3-on-2, including Brody Merrill on the rush. Brody Merrill just couldn't get it inside. Hauled down, but the official's arms stay down.
Vaughn Harris had 2 Oakville Rock players draped all over him.
Well, here comes Oakville now, running it right over center with possession. That's number 28 in Billy Hostrauser. Hostrauser, known for his defensive toughness, goes off, leaving it for the more talented Wes Berg on the opposite side of the floor. Berg, the shot, scores! Well, it's an end to the game that we knew was coming. We didn't know how it was going to end, though. Wes Berg wins it in overtime. Nick Rose and Dylan Ward both deserves W's after that effort.
That was a heck of a shot by Berg. And again, I don't think Dylan Ward saw much of that shot with the massive humanity in front of him on that one. Didn't look like Rich Kilgore was all too happy with the officials on that as well.
Well, the final score tonight, it's the Oakville Rock 8 and the Chiefs 7. I mean, it's one of those games, I mentioned it, you knew it was going to happen, you didn't know when, but when it happens, tough for the Chiefs after, my God, Dylan Ward was lights out.
Again, you know what? Second starter in my mind tonight, facing 73 shots. Facing 73 shots tonight. Yeoman's work, Dylan Ward tonight. And Berg, you got to give him first star, obviously scoring the winner on a really nice play. And again, Rich Kilgore finally going to the dressing room area after discussing with the officials something he didn't like on that last set. But
Well,
what a game, Spencer. What a game.
I think that's what you call one to go into the history books, is one that you think would decide a series, but oh my, it's game one. Be sure to join us Thursday night on the road. Chiefs head down the QEW when they play at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. It's an 8 o'clock start time, game number 2. You might want to bring a pillow and a blanket because that one might go the distance as well. Tuesday night, a week from tonight, they'll take the weekend off, regroup, and they'll be back here for game number 3. Hopefully it's a 1-1 series as we come back here to the ILA. It's been a pleasure. As always, on behalf of everyone, I'm Spencer Tangway, Daryl Smart, and the rest of the Six Nations 25th Anniversary Chiefs. Be sure to join us next Tuesday night, game number 3, as the Chiefs push for the Mann Cup.